I'm Julie Wakefield with JW Etiquette.
And I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber.
And we're going to show you our tips and tricks on how to use LinkedIn as a networking tool to generate more business for your business.
Networking on LinkedIn has really helped both of us grow our businesses. And we're in completely different fields, and people find it really funny that a plumber will be on LinkedIn. If I build relationships with the right people, it really does work for me.
Oh, absolutely. I think there's a mindset about LinkedIn, right? So people think it's a social media platform and that it's only for, professional businesses, or there are certain types of people that can be on LinkedIn. But really, LinkedIn is a networking tool that is useful and helpful for everyone who knows how to use it.
And it's funny because everybody goes networking for lead generation. You go to build your business. You go to build your book of customers. And when I say build your book of customers, it's really you're building your relationships. That is what business networking is, building your relationships. Lead generation through LinkedIn is the same way. You build relationships on here. You don't just reach out and sell the first day. You build relationships, and that's what's going to make things work for you. So it all starts with your LinkedIn profile, because if you're trying to build a relationship with somebody, you want them to look at your profile. And remember, I said profile, not resume, but your profile, your summary. You want to be able to tell them about you, and you want it to be interesting enough that people want to connect with you or follow you.
Oh, absolutely. And it has to reflect your personality a little bit. Even if you are in accounting or if you're in financial planning, and people might think that's a pretty straightforward business, show some personality, because people want to know what makes you different from everybody else.
And to get more leads, you want to be different. You want to be the person that sets yourself apart. In your local community, what kind of things are you doing to set yourself apart? Because you can do these on LinkedIn too. Share good information with people. Set yourself apart as the expert in your industry or what it is that you do, and give them good information. That way you're the person they want to connect with, you're the person they want to talk to, and you're the person that they follow to make sure that they get information that you're putting out.
Oh, absolutely. And one thing you need to do is figure out who are the best customers for you. Who are you talking to? Understand that not everyone is your customer, but if you put out great information, you're going to attract people to you, and you'll attract the kind of people that want to do business with you. So put some good information out there that explains why you're different or explains who you are.
And when you put that information out, don't put it out in a salesy way. I don't remember the last time I got up one morning, put on my robe, grabbed my credit card, and turned on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube or anything to buy something. I go there to watch, to learn, to connect, to observe. We teach networking a lot in business networking. But the relationships you make on LinkedIn, they're real relationships.
They are, but they're virtual relationships. You might not ever meet these people in person, but you're definitely going to be communicating with them and following them on LinkedIn, because it is really a networking platform, or it can be used that way. So you want to make sure that when you are connecting with people, that you reach out to people and comment on their post. If you see something you really like, then make sure you tell them, I really like this information.
Commenting on people's posts, tagging people if their information is relevant to what you're posting, can be a really good deal for you. And you said these are virtual relationships. You may not ever meet them, but then again, you may. I remember an event that I was at, and literally we did the Who's Nearby, and Lila Smith's name pops up. And I thought, okay, wait, that's not right. She's in New York. So now I turn it back off, turn it back on, and I hit Who's Nearby again, and it pops up. And all of a sudden, I turn and start looking around the room, and I turn and look this way, and I guess she stands up right here just in front of me to the left and stands up and says, where is Roger Wakefield? And Julie just started laughing. She's like, he's right here. This is funny because it was a presentation by LinkedIn. Peter Roybals up on stage talking, and Lila and I get up and hug right here in the middle of it. She's kind of turned around and says, Peter, you can finish in just a minute. These relationships are real. They may be virtual, but you get to know people and build relationships, and you get to care about them. And a lot of people talk about LinkedIn being a job finder site, a resume site, or a social media site. It is really a networking site. And if you use it right, I mean, think about it. If you're looking for a job, it's just like buying something. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. People are also going to hire people they know, like, and trust. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, in plumbing, who wants to just go to Google and find a plumber and then say, maybe this is a good person, I don't know.
In the middle of an emergency.
Right. So in the middle of an emergency, you want to be able to find someone who will come to your house that is reputable, that can fix your plumbing.
And that gets back to using LinkedIn for lead generation. Like I was talking about a while ago, if I have introduced myself and put out good information, okay, I'm a plumber. Some of my best contacts are real estate agents. And if I put out valuable information, that's lead generation. That puts my information in front of them. And then if one of their customers calls them, one of their clients calls and says, hey, I've got a problem with a water heater, and I've put information out recently, or I've put something out and they're like, oh my gosh, you know what? I've got a guy. And we all want to be that person.
Right.
I've got a guy. And that's the kind of guy I am. I've got people in my network. Some are virtual, online, some are here in our area. But lead generation has become so easy. Julie and I were actually talking to an insurance agent just the other day. He said, due to LinkedIn, I don't do cold calls anymore. All my leads are generated right there. He uses LinkedIn for lead generation because he knows how to use it, and it works.
Absolutely. And I want to expand on that just one second, because here's how networking works. So somebody in your network knows you and knows that you're a plumber and that you put out good information, and they trust that you're reputable.
You bet.
So somebody in another state then who knows this person who knows you comes out and goes, man, I've just had issues with some leaks in my house. So that person then is going to say, why don't you connect on LinkedIn with Roger Wakefield, who's a plumber? So then at that point, they'll reach out and say, I've got these problems. You might give them some advice. Try this, try that. Perhaps in your plumbing network, because you also network with plumbers, you might say, I know somebody in your area. Let me connect you to somebody in your area. That is how networking works.
But you've got to know how to network. And learning the right way to network, which Julie teaches networking, I teach networking. It's really the same information, but we teach it to different groups of people. She teaches to more the business professional. I teach to more the service industry side. And the reason I say that, I mean, think about a residential service provider. They walk up and look at Julie, and she's there to teach a class, and they're like, yeah, that's not us. You're professional, you're suit and tie, that's not us. But then again, turn it around. If I walk in and say, hey guys, I'm a plumber and I'm going to teach y'all networking, they're looking at us and they're like, this dude is not what we need. Learning how to network is huge.
Oh, absolutely, because it's all about doing business with people that are trustworthy. It all boils down to trust. And so what you're doing on LinkedIn, just like you would do in person, is build relationships. And that's what it boils down to.
And it's funny because, we network a lot. And I tell people that's really what's helped me grow on LinkedIn, because I know how to network. And I learned it here. I learned it from Julie. And remember, I'm a construction worker, so we see the world a little bit different, and we do things a little bit different. Our words are a little bit different. What we wear is a little bit different. But at the end of the day, building relationships, that's a human thing. And if you know how to do that, and it doesn't matter to me whether you're a plumber, a garbage man, or a suit, man, we all want to build relationships. So learning how to network and knowing the right things to do can really set you apart when you walk into a room.
Oh, yes, absolutely, because you can't be afraid to ask for help. You can't be afraid to say, who knows somebody, or I'm having issues with. And when you are comfortable in a group of people, then you don't mind asking for help. It's when you don't know people that you are afraid to ask for help. So that's when you come out and say, man, the stock market just dropped a couple of days ago, and I don't know what to do. Who knows somebody who's really good at financial management? And so we can, you go out and say, you start looking, you start finding who's posting about that, and you start following them, and then you start developing that relationship, and then eventually you may have somebody who's really good at that can help you if you took a hit during the last stock market turn.
It's a great example, because literally Whenever I heard about it, I started looking on LinkedIn. My financial advisor, I met through LinkedIn, connected with her in Irvine, California, and went straight to Winnie Sun's page to see what she was talking about. What do I need to be worried about, and what do I need to do? And that is a relationship built through networking. Now, to her, it was probably a business networking event. To me, it was a personal networking event because I was reaching out in different ways. But whether you are doing business networking or personal networking, it doesn't matter. If you're building a business, you are trying to grow your company. So you want to introduce yourself to people that can tell people about your company. But remember, people don't buy a plumbing company. They buy a person. So if you can make yourself that person that they know, like, and trust, you're going to be amazing.
So when you're growing your business, generating leads is the foundation of your business. If you don't have customers, you don't have a business. The best way to generate those leads, the best way to develop those relationships is through business networking. Whether it's on LinkedIn, whether it's in person, get good at it. And remember, it's not going to happen all at once. You're going to have to take your time to learn it. Start with the basics of the profile.
Guys, LinkedIn is a great place, but you have to know how to network. Guys, if you network or if you are on LinkedIn and you're really doing things well, please leave us a comment down below and let us know what it is that you're doing that you think is really working for you, or maybe something you've tried that didn't, so the rest of us can learn from that.
Please subscribe because we have more videos coming out all the time. So make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you'll know when our new videos are coming out.
I'm Roger Wakefield and this is Julie Wakefield, and we are helping you build your net worth networking.